Okay, so good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2026 strategy session review, refocus, and rebuild. Like you all know, my name is Blessing Aggreh, and I'm going to be your host tonight. While we review our 2025, we're going to refocus on 2026, and we're going to be rebuilding some structures, putting in some strategies for 2026. So I can see a lot of us have dropped our names and, of course, our location where we are coming from. Thank you for joining, everyone. I can see Mon who okay, I can see Hundegin, I can see Ogochuku, I can see Adeze, Jibri, Itunu, and Neka. Every one of you, thank you so much wherever you're joining from. Thank you for joining. I believe this session is not going to be a boring one. It's going to be about 1 hour, 30 minutes value for your time. Value for your time. So we're going to be diving quickly into the section, and I'll be sharing. Okay, I'm sharing my slide already. I'm just going to navigate through the slides. So, good evening and welcome to this powerful strategy and clarity session. Thank you for showing up for yourselves, everyone. Thank you for choosing growth. And of course, thank you for choosing yourselves. Currently, we're in a world that is moving so fast, where people easily get distracted, where many drift from mouth to mouth with no direction. A lot of people are drifting, they're just leaving, right? Year in, year out, you're just leaving. But tonight, you have been able to make an intentional decision to be here. And that alone tells me something, that you are serious about your 2026. You could have been somewhere else tonight. You could have maybe be chilling with Netflix. You could have probably be sleeping, you could have just been doing anything, but you decided to show up for yourself. So I must applaud you. So tonight is not just another meeting. That is what I want you to know, that tonight is not just going to be another meeting. Tonight is going to be a reset, right? It's going to be a reset. It's going to be a realignment. And it's going to be a moment of what? Honesty, a moment of clarity, and of course, a moment of intention. So, because if there is one thing I've learned over the years, right? It is that your new year will never change until you change the way you enter the new year. There's a lot of bulls on the internet, right? Goal setting, entering the new year with intentionality and all of that, right? But I tell you that if you don't change, your new year will not change. So that is why tonight I want to help you to walk into 2025 with purpose. You've been going into your new year the normal way. But like we all know, if you keep doing the same thing the same way all the time and you're expecting a different result, then we could assume that you are a foolish person. But I thank God that none of us are foolish people here. That is why we are here tonight. So I'm going to be helping you walk into 2026 with purpose, with structure, and with a clear sense of what? Of direction. So what is our goal tonight? If the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. So what is our goal? What are we going to be achieving tonight? I want to set your mind, your mindset and everything about you to align to the purpose of why we are here tonight. This is not just the regular kind of session. This is going to be deep. And we're going to be discussing things that will help you to refocus, review, and to review. So by the end of this session tonight, you will be able to review your 2025 with honesty and with awareness. And then you're also going to identify what worked and what didn't work. And then you're also going to be defining your 2026 vision and top outcomes. Then we're also going to be helping you build structured goals and strategies. Structured goals and strategies. Then you're going to be creating your 2026 execution system and then you're going to walk into the new year prepared and aligned. So these are the goals for this session tonight. So before we fully dive into the section, there was a workbook that was dropped on the community, on the platform, the Refocus and Refocus Reviewed platform. A book was dropped. I don't know if you can share that book on the chat with those people who probably have not had access to the book. So that is our strategy and clarity workbook. We're going to be using it in the course of this session tonight. So it's a blank workbook, and I shared it yesterday on the platform so that people can go through it, and then if possible, you could fill out your responses on the workbook. So we're going to be using that. If you don't have it, the moderator, Itunu, is going to be dropping the workbook on the platform for us to open, and then just program your mind towards the workbook. So tonight I'm going to be talking about mindset reset. Mindset reset. So quickly before we get started, we're going to be resetting our mindset. We're going to be resetting our mindset, because mindset reset is non-negotiable. Especially, like I said, if you enter the year 2026 just the same regular way you've been entering every other year, you're going to definitely get the same results. But because you're here this evening, there is a purpose why you're here, because you want to get different results for 2026. We're going to be helping you to reset your mindset. You're not going to be going into 2026 with that old mindset, with that limiting belief, with that sabotaging thought about yourself. So we're going to be helping you tonight to reset your mindset. So before we talk about goals, before we plan, a lot of us like to plan, a lot of us like to talk about goals, or even before we talk about strategies for 2026, we must first talk about what? Your mindset. Your mindset. Because why? Strategy without mindset is sabotage. Strategy without mindset is what? Is sabotage. Many people enter the new year excited but unchanged. You are entering the new year, you are excited, everyone is excited, but you are entering it unchanged with the same old attitude, same thinking, same habits, same reaction. And then you begin to wonder why your results, or why you don't get a different result. It is because you are entering the year with the same word mindset. So this section is going to help to interrupt that cycle. We're going to be interrupting some of your limiting old beliefs. A mindset reset will help you to let go of unhelpful patterns from 2025. A lot of us have very unhelpful, very unhealthy patterns that has followed us all through the year 2025. So this mindset reset this evening is going to be helping you to reset your mind. And it's also going to help you to create mental space for clarity. Your mind is clogged with a lot of things. How something did not happen, all of the goals that you wanted to achieve in 2025. Unfortunately, you couldn't achieve all of them. We're going to help you create what? Mental space for clarity. And then we're going to help you build goals from truth. The mindset reset this evening will help you to build your goals from genuine, sincere honesty, not pressure or comparison. You're not here to convince anyone. You're not here to, it's not a race that you must run. So we're helping you to build goals from truth and not pressure or comparison. So this is why mindset reset comes before what? Planning. Mindset reset comes before planning. So what are the key areas that we're going to be looking at? The key areas that we're going to be looking at for the mindset reset. First of all, we're going to be looking at awareness first. Let me share the slide. Awareness first. Okay, so We're looking at awareness first. Now, I said you cannot change what you are not aware of. So this is about identifying. You're going to be identifying some things that limited you in this year 2025. Soon we're going to be stepping into 2026, and you would not want to step into 2026 with the same limiting beliefs. So you cannot change what you are not aware of. So it's about what? Awareness. Awareness first. What is this awareness? What is it about identifying limiting beliefs? Your awareness is about identifying your limiting what? Beliefs, your negative self-talk, emotional triggers, patterns that have silently controlled your 2025. Reflection helps to bring about what? Awareness. And awareness helps to create what? Choice. So before we talk about goals, strategies, or plan, like I said, we must start with what? Self-awareness. Because why? You cannot change what you're not aware of. So awareness is the foundation of growth. Awareness is that moment when you stop reacting on autopilot and then you begin to what? Make intentional choices. Tonight, after the mindset reset, we are going to be making intentional choices. Now, when we talk about limiting beliefs, a lot of us want to talk about awareness, self-awareness. You're going to know if you've had limiting beliefs. What is limiting beliefs? Limiting beliefs is that quiet assumption you've accepted as what? As truth. There are some things about you that you have accepted that it is true. Things like, oh, I am not ready yet. People like me don't succeed, or it is too late for me. Look at me, I'm 30 years old. I can't do it anymore. I'm 40, I can't achieve it. These are what? Limiting beliefs. They are those quiet assumptions that you have accepted as well, truth in your mental block, in your mind. They have clouded your mind over the year. You were supposed to have written a book, but you couldn't write that book in the year 2025 because you felt that you were not what? Ready enough. So when will you be ready? When will you be ready? So these are limiting beliefs. These beliefs have shaped your actions more than your skills. You have a lot of skills. You've not started using any one of them. When are you going to start using your skills? You are still telling yourself, I'm not ready. I've not read enough. What about if I bring this book, will people buy? If I put it on seller, will anybody buy? You are limiting what? Yourself. But tonight, after this section, we're going to help you to leave that realm of what? Limiting belief. So now I want you to ask yourself a sincere question. It's a reflective question. You don't need to respond to me, but it's a question you need to respond to yourself. What belief about yourself has shaped most of your decisions in the year 2025? What was that thing that you have held on to? You told yourself, no, I'm not ready. People have said that I am not good enough. People have turned me down a lot of times, so it means that I can't do it. So what belief about yourself have silently shaped most of your decisions? You know, we make decisions based on our beliefs about ourselves. I made a decision to hold this strategy session because I know within me that I can do it. Some of you have made a decision never to write a book in your lifetime because you feel that you don't have ideas, you don't have stories to share. And even if you share your story, people will not buy. Who says so? I'm also going to be asking you another question for you to reflect on. If you were to be honest with yourself, what belief have kept you playing small? A lot of you have been playing small. Oh, I graduated with a third class. I can't do anything with my life. Oh, I don't have anybody to help me. I cannot do anything. I can't start that business because I don't have enough money. I can't scale my business because I don't have enough knowledge. Then why don't you go for knowledge? So if you are going to be honest with yourself, what beliefs have kept you what? Playing small? So these are questions for you to what? Answer. Another mindset reset we're going to be talking about tonight before we dive into the main session is negative self-talk. This is the internal conversation that drains your what? Confidence. Just like I said, just like negative just like limiting beliefs. Oh, I'm not good enough. You're telling yourself you're not what? Good enough. Negative self-talk, the internal conversation that drains your confidence. It kills your morale. Whenever you think about it, you are handicapped. You can't do that thing anymore. It delays your action and it normalizes what? Mediocrity. A lot of you have remained in the same position where you have been over the years. You have refused to grow. A lot of your classmates, your friends, your relatives, everyone around you is growing, but you refuse to grow. When you see them online, you just do your nose and you say, I beg, what is she doing? Always posting flyers everywhere, always creating programs. What does she think she's doing? Be there. Opportunities are passing you by. You are just seated where you are, all in mass in what I call negative self-talk. But tonight, after this clarity session, you're going to intentionally talk yourself out of negative self-talk. So what is the reflective question for us? How often do you disqualify yourself even before trying? Do you know that a lot of you have disqualified yourself even before trying? You've told yourself that no, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's a negative self-talk. What opportunities have you delayed or avoided because of fear-driven self-talk? A lot of you are scared. I'm 30, I'm 35. Do I start my MSc or do I even go back and start my BSc? I'm scared. You dropped out of school, but you've not been able to bring yourself to the reality to go back and do that thing that you couldn't do. You keep telling yourself, I'm old. I have no idea. I have no money. I can't do it. How often do you disqualify yourself even before trying? In fact, try. Just try first. When you fail, you try again. When you fail, you try again. Why do you tell yourself, if I fail, that's the end of the world? No, that is not the end of the world. So if you don't change the voice inside of you, it will keep sabotaging the vision ahead of you. So tonight, if you must review, if you must refocus, and if you must rebuild, you must what? Sabotage. You must challenge the voice inside of you. And how do you change the voice? Or how do you challenge the voice? You replace it with positive self-talk. It's as easy as that. When that negative self-talk comes and say, you can't do it, or maybe you're planning to start a business, or you have an idea to start an NGO, you have passion towards people, you have passion towards humanity, and that negative self-talk just tells you, you can't do it, so don't bother. A lot of people doing it, they have not been able to achieve anything. I have an NGO myself. You could have passion towards that area. So what are you waiting for? You say, I don't have money to register it, though. I don't have money to do this one. Those are what? Negative self-talk. So you must get started and then challenge that voice inside of your head. Then we also talk about emotional triggers, mindset reset. Remember, we're talking about resetting our mindset towards the year 2026. Because you cannot go into 2026 with the same old mindset, limiting belief, negative self-talk. We talk about emotional triggers, situations, people, pressure that has caused you to what? To shut down, to procrastinate, to overreact, or to quit too what? Early. A lot of you are very, very emotional. Someone talks to you and that is the end. You just that idea that you had that was going to sell, that idea that was going to transform the life of some set of people in your area, in your community, because someone got you angry, you just killed that idea. What is the situation? Who are the people? What is that pressure that has caused you to shut down, to procrastinate, or to overreact? A lot of time, it is because of fear that makes you to procrastinate. You say, I will do it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, you say, I'll do it next tomorrow. Next tomorrow comes, you keep pushing because you are afraid. You are afraid to get started. You are asking, what if I start? If I start this program now, will people buy into it? There are a lot of online programs going on for young people. You are scared to buy into any of them because why? You feel that you are going to fail. But after tonight, reset, review, rebuild, started. So you must understand that unmanaged emotions quietly control what? Your outcomes. When you're not able to manage your emotion, it will control the total and the overall outcome of your life. And that is not what you want. So for the year 2026, if you need to take on emotional intelligence courses, go ahead and take it on. If you need to train yourself to work on your emotions, please go ahead and do. So what is the reflection questions for emotional triggers? What situations easily frustrate, overwhelm, or shut you down? What situations easily frustrate, overwhelm, or shut you down? So you need to answer this question for yourself sincerely. And then what patterns trigger procrastination, avoidance, or self-sabotage? Especially when you're trying to take on a lot of things, you begin to get afraid. Are you sure I'll be able to achieve all of these things? It could be a pattern. So what patterns trigger what? Procrastination. Procrastination can be triggered by taking on a lot, like I said. When you look at your laptop, you want to write an ebook, you want to start a podcast, you want to organize an event, you want to do a lot of things. It could what? It could trigger procrastination. What to do. And then we're also going to be looking at your repeating patterns from 2025. Remember, we're still talking about mindset reset. We're helping you to reset your mind. Repeating patterns from 2025, starting strong and fading off. So many people are in this position. You start very strong. You are excited. You've written your goals. You say, man, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But after the first quarter, the passion, the zeal, the enthusiasm begins to drop. You are waiting for motivation instead of what? Structure. Motivation will not work. All you need is a structure to help you what? Keep going. You are planning without executing, and you are so busy, but you're not making progress. These patterns don't announce themselves. They silently shaped your what? Your year. So you must look at the repeating pattern. What are those patterns that are repeating continuously over the years in your life? One of the reflective questions you'll be answering sincerely tonight is, what excuses showed up consistently? What is that excuse that you're giving to yourself? Oh, I still have time. Oh, I'm not ready. Oh, I have children. Oh, I'm pregnant. I can't do it. Oh, I just had a baby. How can I do this? Oh, I just got married. Oh my God, I'm just finishing a particular phase of my life. Why should I get started on this other phase? What excuses showed up what? Consistently. And then you're also going to be looking at, what patterns did I normalize instead of correcting? What patterns did I normalize instead of what? Correcting. Now, the key truth to anchor this session is that reflection brings what? Awareness. Awareness creates what? Your choice. And then your choice is where the real transformation begins. Your choice is where the real transformation begins. Until you see clearly what has been driving your behavior, any goal you set for 2026 will sit on the same foundation that produced 2025. Remember that there is a foundation that produced your year 2025. Those are the foundations we want to break and set another foundation. So until you see clearly what has been driving your behavior, any goal that you set for 2026 will definitely sit on the same foundation. This is why mindset reset comes before what? Strategy. Mindset reset comes before strategy. You must also learn to shift your perspective. What you label as failure often carried a lesson. You must see failure as what? Feedback. That is a mindset reset that you must take on for this new year. Don't see failure as what? Setback. But you must see it as what? Feedback. See challenges as growth points. Stop judging yourself harshly for unfinished goals. Some of you are judging yourself already. I wrote out 5 goals. I couldn't even achieve half. I only achieved 1. So stop judging yourself for unfinished goal. So you must learn to shift what? The perspective. Shift the perspective towards the fact that every failure carries a lesson. This goal that I could not achieve in the year 2025, what has it taught me? These are questions that you must answer for yourself. And then you must also practice what? Gratitude. Growth happens even if the year felt messy. So you must practice what? Gratitude. Gratitude strengthens emotional resilience. Gratitude helps to create what? Stability before ambition. And then, still on mindset reset, you must let go of the old. You must what? Let go of the old. You cannot build a new year while holding old baggages. It's not possible. You cannot build a new year while holding old baggages. So this is talking about your past mistakes. Let them go. Your missed opportunities. Let it go. There are other opportunities ahead for you. Old goals can no longer align. Guilt, comparison, self-blame, and all of that. You must let it go for the year 2026 to produce maximum result for you. Letting go is not denial. It's not the fact that you are denying it. No, but it is an intentional release. You're releasing yourself so that you can be able to what? See clearly and achieve more for the year 2025. Some things did not work out for you in 2025. That's okay. Some of the things that you planned, you couldn't achieve it. You must let go of the old so that the new can come. Now, you must also repeat internally what you want to see. Talking about daily affirmation. What you repeat internally becomes your what? Reality. That was why I talked about negative self-talk, replacing negative self-talk with positive self-talk. Confidence rooted in clarity. Your language for 2026 must be intentional. Intentional language. Don't tell yourself you cannot do it, because there is nothing impossible for you to do. So we become the persons who can sustain all that we talk or all that we say we want to do. Okay, you must also learn to surrender yourself wisely. Your environment shapes your outcome. You must surround yourself wisely. Talking about mindset reset for 2026. Your environment shapes your outcome. I hope you know that. Your circle. Who are your circle? Who are your circle of influence? Who are the people that influences your decision? Who are the people that stretches or drains your decision? Strategy works fast in a right environment. We want to set structure. We want to set some strategy. Strategy can only work in a what? In a right environment. When you have people that are filled up with negative self-talk, you cannot grow in that kind of an environment. So in the year 2026, you must what? Shift your environment, or rather you must change your circle. The people that influences your decision. You have a business idea, you tell it to a friend, and the next thing she has discouraged you. We have 1,001 people doing the same kind of business. Are you sure you're going to thrive in this area? You have an idea, you share it with your friend, and the next thing they are discouraging you. You need to change that circle. You must flow with people that believe in you and in your dream. So that is why you must what? Surround yourself wisely. In fact, you're going to outgrow some set of people. It's not pride, it's growth. You're going to outgrow some set of people, some friends, some relatives, some kind of communication. You're going to outgrow it in this year, 2026. So you must learn to surround yourself wisely. You must also build mindful habits, right? You must learn to reflect, manage your emotions. Like I said, all of these things will help you in this new year, 2026. Also, you must be able to see the place you are going. You cannot move intentionally towards what you have not defined or identified. So you must help yourself to picture December 2026 clearly. This is December 2025. You must be able to picture December 2026. By 2026, what will you have achieved? You must be able to what? To connect your mindset to your vision. What is your vision for 2026? So all of these and more will help you to what? To set yourself ready and set yourself running for 2026. We are not just designing goals. We're not just going to design goals today. We're not designing goals from pressure, from fear, or from comparison. We're going to be designing goals tonight from clarity, from the area of what? Clarity, from alignment, and from intention. So that is why I said that the mindset reset comes first. Mindset reset comes first. So before we begin, drop one word in the chat box, in the chat room. What is one word that describes your 2025? I want to see everybody drop it on the platform. What is that one word that describes your what? Your 2025. Just one word. It could be reflective. In the year 2025, were you reflective all through? You must be honest with yourself. Were you busy all through? Some of us were very busy all through the year 2025. You can drop it on the chat room. Busy. Was it confusing? Some of us were very confused all through the year 2025. You don't know what to do. I see someone drop resilience, growth, beautiful. Was it transforming for you? Was it challenging? 2025 for some people was quite challenging, yes. Was it unexpected? That is why we don't want 2026 to be unexpected. That is why we're doing this. So whatever it is, somebody said confusing and busy, that's okay. Whatever it is, acknowledge it. That is why I said self-awareness comes first. Acknowledge it. That one word is the summary of your journey. That one word. That is the summary of your journey all through the year 2025. Now, why does this session matter a lot? Let me quickly share my slides. Why does this session matter? Now, as we stand at the door of a new year, remember that we are all standing at the door of a new year. Few hours from now, we're going to be entering into another year. It is very easy to repeat old patterns. I'm telling you why this session is very important for us tonight. Meanwhile, if you have not dropped the summary of your year 2025, please just keep it coming. Keep it coming. We're going to use it. We're going to go back to it in the course of this session. So as we stand at the door of a new year, it is very easy to repeat what? Old patterns. People make these mistakes every year. They carry old habits, old fears, old mistake, old confusion, old limitation into a brand new year. And then they expect a different result. That is why we've been able to reprogram your mindset. Growth does not respond to wishes. I hope you know that. Growth does not respond to what? To wishes. Success also does not answer to excitement. For the fact that you are excited for the new year, Success does not answer to it. And progress does not happen because a calendar changed. It happens because you change. Growth can only happen because you changed. And tonight, we are going to review, realign, re-strategize, and then rebuild so that you can enter 2026 with clarity, with confidence, and with a structured plan. Underline that word, structure plan. Without structure, you'll be going in circles. Now, we're going to be reviewing 2025. Let's start with the honest question. We're not trying to judge anybody. We're not judging anybody. We just want to be honest with ourselves. We're not shaming anybody. Just honesty. So build a strong 2026. You must first of all understand your 2025 before planning the next. So we are going to be reviewing now. So build 2025. You must first of all what? To build 2026 rather, you must first of all review your 2025. So you must take a deep breath. Look back at the year where you are seated now. You must be in a very quiet place. Have your notepad and your pen to write down some sincere truths from 2025. Take a deep breath. Breathe in. And then look back at the year, at this year, starting from January 1st, 2025. What did you do in January 1st, 2025? All through the year. Answer these questions what? On your workbook or on your notepad. That's why I said for this session, you need a pen and a paper to write. That is where intentionality comes into play. And then what were your main goals for 2025? So we are reviewing now. We are reviewing our 2025. Reflecting and reviewing. What were your main goals? What was that thing that you set in January, or let's say in December? You have already set your goal that in the year 2025, starting from January 1st, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to write a book, I'm going to start a business, I'm going to get married. You had a lot of goals, things that you wrote down. Which ones did you achieve out of all of these goals? So you are reviewing now. Which ones did you start but you never finished? It's okay. It's okay to start and don't get it finished because life what happens. Which ones did you completely abandon totally? Probably because of negative self-talk, limiting belief. Your circle, somebody has told you, this thing you want to do, don't you think it's too much? Postpone it to next year, and the next thing you abandon the project. What worked well for you in this year, 2025? What is that thing that worked well for you in 2025? You're going to be answering these questions honestly. Honestly. Maybe you grew in confidence. That is what worked well for you. Maybe you improved your skills. It's worked well for you. Maybe you got new clients. Maybe you earned more money. Maybe you became more disciplined. Whatever your wins, celebrate them. Don't overlook your progress. Even small wins matter. Even small wins matter. Still a review. What didn't work? Because trust me, it is not every of your goal that you were able to, and some of you did not even set goal at all, because on the Google form, the Google sheet, I saw a lot of responses. Some of you didn't set goal. It's okay. What didn't work? Where did you struggle the most? What distracted you? What slowed you down? What kept repeating itself? All of these are questions that you must genuinely ask yourself. Remember, you cannot fix what you refuse to face. That is why we said, write it down. You cannot fix what you have refused to face. Now, what lessons did 2025 teach you? What was that lesson that 2025 taught you? About people. This lesson could be about people. It could be about opportunities. It could be about money. It could be about what? Consistency. or it could even be about yourself. What lessons did 2025 teach you? What systems failed you? Was it your planning, your habits, your discipline, your environment, or your time management? Remember that these are systems that you put in place to help you achieve your goals. That is why if you have goals with that system, you are going to be running round and round the same circle. You must pause and write down these things. This reflection is how you make sure that you don't repeat the same year again. This reflection is how you make sure that you don't repeat the same year again. Now that you have written your answers, I want you to look deeper. Ask yourself, what patterns do I see? We're going to be responding to the workbook, but after this session, we'll go over to the workbook and we'll all respond to it together. What patterns did you see? What keeps showing up every time? Do I start strong and get tired? There are a lot of people that start strong in the year 2025. You started strong with so many goals. The enthusiasm was there, the motivation. In fact, you even set the systems in place. But eventually, when it came to July, or we got to March, momentum began to drop. That is why it's not about building momentum. It's about consistency. It's about the structures that you have set in place. The systems that helps you to achieve these things. So tonight, we're going to be helping you to build these systems. Do I set big goals but lack structure? Some of you set goals but not structure to what? To carry on the goals. Do I focus on too many things at the same time? In fact, this can be very draining. Some of us want to do a lot of things at the same time. A lot of things. That is why there are some people, they tell you, I had a strategy session with my coach, I think 2 days ago. And he was sharing with us that in the year 2025, he had only one goal, just one. You don't need too many goals. Yes, you don't. It could just be one goal, one big goal, and every other thing comes under it. So don't kill yourself and say, I want to have a goal in this area. I want to have a goal here. You're going to drain yourself. Do I focus on too many things? Trying to achieve everything at the same time? Do I let fear or doubt to stop me? There are people that allow fear to stop them along the way. Somebody just tells you something and that is the end. You just close that chapter totally. Some of you started something good in the year 2025, but today you stopped abruptly because someone discouraged you. And remember, that was why I said that we must choose our circle wisely. You must choose your environment wisely. Who are the people in your environment? Are there people that will motivate you to keep going? Or there are people that will talk you down and tell you that, this thing you want to do, we have so many people that have started it. Oh, don't think that you are the first. You want to start a podcast. Sister, forget it. Oh, a lot of people are doing podcasts now. Who told you that you cannot get started? Even at the level where you are a student, you are in 100 level. Who told you that you cannot get started? You are a business person. Who told you that you cannot start that business even from the comfort of your home? But you get discouraged because someone has talked you out of it. That is why for 2026, you must be intentional about your friends. Who are the friends that you keep? Who are within your circle of what? Influence. So do I let fear or doubt to what? Stop me? Am I depending on motivation instead of systems? Some of you are waiting for motivation. Motivation will disappoint you. Motivation will what? Will fail you. All you need to do is to depend on the systems that will help you or to get going. Clarity begins when you start identifying patterns. Patterns reveal truth, and truth leads to what? Transformation. Clarity begins when you start what? Identifying. What are those patterns? What are the patterns that have limited you? Is it negative self-talk? Is it sabotage? Is it a lack of self-belief? Whatever it is it emotional trigger? Is it even your environment? Clarity begins when you start identifying all of these patterns. Now, how do you turn goals into strategy? How do you turn goals into what? Strategy. Goals alone don't create results. You must understand. That you have set the goal does not mean that you have created the what? Result. It's a way to go. It's a way to get started. What creates the result is the strategy that you have put in place. Now, take each of those 5 big outcomes and break them down. What is the goal? What is your goal? For 2025, what was your goal? Maybe your goal was to grow your business revenue. It could be to get a new job or to even learn a new skill. That could be someone's goal. Just one big goal for 2026. Just one. You don't need several goals. And every other thing comes under that goal. Then you also tell yourself, what are the quarterly milestones? Quarter 1, what must be achieved first? This is how strategy can help you achieve your goal. So this is a strategy. First of all, what is the goal? When you write it out, I want to learn a new skill in 2026. I want to get a new job. I want to grow my business. I want to increase my spiritual life, whatever it is for you. Then what are the quarterly milestones? Quarter 1, what must be achieved in the first quarter? Because all of these things is about what? Intentionality. You must be intentional about your goals. Quarter 2, what's next? Quarter 3, what should be growing? And quarter 4, what should be what? Completing. What are your monthly actions? This is where the real work happens. What is that after that goal that you have set? What are you going to be doing every month to make sure that that goal comes to reality? What skills or knowledge do you need to learn? Do you need training? Do you need mentorship? Do you need courses? Or do you need tools to help you achieve what? That goal. What support or environment do you also need? You're going to be answering these genuine questions. You can't grow in an environment that doesn't support growth. Remember, I said so. What will be your measure of progress? Could it be numbers? Could it be growth indicators? Could it even be your achievements? Could it be milestones? This is how you move from intention to execution. And then, everyone is excited in January, yes? But it is consistency that separates dreamers from achievers. Everyone is excited in the month of January. But are you consistent? Because it is only consistency that would eventually separate you from dreamers. Now, here are the systems I want you to adopt in 2026. Weekly planning. You can write it down. You must take 10 minutes every week. It could be on a Sunday. It could be on a Saturday. Sunday, better off. Weekly planning. And then time blocking. Protect your focus. Don't try to do everything at the same time. Schedule important work tasks. Sometimes our attention is very short. And then when you put a goal and say, okay, I want to read a full book in one day, you will not be able to achieve it. Because why? Your attention span or your focus will be distracted. So you must time block. You must schedule important work tasks. And then you must protect your focus. Then you also monthly reviews. Very important. Weekly review, monthly review. Adjust your strategy based on what is working. Adjust your strategy. For the fact that you have set a goal doesn't mean that you must stick to it. If it is not working, then drop it and what? Try something else again. Don't get stuck and say, because it's not working, what do I do? Let me just remain there. You are failing already. And then you also look at accountability. Join a growth circle. That is why after this session, we have mentorship coaching session from people who will be interested to join the community to help you stay accountable. One thing is to set goals. One thing is to review, refocus, and rebuild. Another thing is to remain accountable. So join a growth system. Don't grow alone. Then we talk about skill development. Every month, you can tell yourself that you're going to be learning something that increases your value. Set boundaries. Protect your time, your energy, and your focus. It's okay to say no. You cannot satisfy everybody. Everybody that comes around, please, can you help me do this? You say, yes, I can. This one comes, can you do this? You say, yes. You're going to drain yourself. There are some things that you intentionally say no because of what? Your peace of mind. Because of what? Your energy and your focus. So you must learn to set what? Boundaries. You're not going to enter 2026 with vibes. You are going to enter 2026 with structure. So learn to set boundaries. Learn to say no. Saying no does not mean that you are wicked. It just means that you are protecting your peace. It just means that you are trying not to burn yourself out. Now, as we close on this session, I want you to answer 2 powerful questions. Just 2. Just 2 powerful questions I want you to answer sincerely. You can answer it on your notepad. What is one thing that you must stop doing in 2026? What is that one thing that you must stop to do in 2026? It could be a habit. It could be a pattern. It could be a mindset. It could be a distraction. What is that thing? You can write it down on the chat room, or you can write it down on your worksheet. What is your first action towards your 2026 goal? It might not be a big action. It can just be a simple one. It could be for you to send that email, fix your CV. Let's say you said in the year 2026, you want to get a new job. One action that will push you closer to that goal is for you to fix your CV. You cannot continue to make use of that old CV of since 5 years ago. You have not updated your CV. It could be for you to register your business. That is one action that you must get started on for 2026. Create your planner or start your what? Your course. Begin the work. You must get started. Don't just keep wishing. You must get started. Growth is built on small, consistent steps. Growth is built on small, consistent. Just get started. Just get started. Don't wait until it's all ready. If you're going to be waiting until you are ready, you are going to be waiting forever. Because every time it will always seem like you are not ready. Say, I'm not ready. No. I've not gotten enough knowledge. I've not gotten enough ideas. I am still waiting for money. I am still waiting for this, for that. I don't have connections yet. I don't have access. You're telling yourself lies that have kept you what? Stranded in that same position. So if you must grow for 2026, you must start what? Small, and then build consistent steps. Tonight, I want to remind you that you are capable. Yes, this is positive self-talk. Always tell yourself what? Positive things, self-affirmation. You are capable. You are ready. Don't tell yourself that you are not ready. The people that are doing those things, they don't have 2 heads. They don't what? They don't have 2 heads. It's the same head. It's the way they get back to you. That is how they get back to them. So tell yourself that I am ready for 2026. You are entering 2026 with clarity, with structure, and with a renewed sense of what? Purpose. Your next level is not waiting for a miracle. It is waiting for your decision. What decision are you intentionally taking tonight that will draw you closer to your goal? 2026 is not going to meet you unprepared, though. You are entering it what? Intentionally. That is what we are doing tonight. You are entering with wisdom, and then you are entering with what? Strategy. Definitely, I can't wait to see the new version of you that will emerge. After this session, a lot of you will begin to do mighty things for yourself. A lot of you will begin to call me to come and speak on your events, on your webinars, on your podcast. Just get started. A lot of you will begin to invite people to speak on their foundation, your NGO. You have a passion to start an NGO. Go get started. You don't need to get registered first, because that is something that limits a lot of you. You want to start a business and the next you say, I don't have money to register it. Who told you that you must register the business before getting started? Get started and even try whether the idea will sell or not. So you must what? Get started. Now we're going to be working on the Clarity Workbook. I dropped it on the platform, like I said, and we're going to be genuinely responding to the questions on the workbook. How would you describe your 2025? We've answered that one. On the platform, let me see what is on the platform. So some people said it was stretching. Some said it was draining, it was challenging. Whatever it is for you, write it down on your workbook. So for me, I would say that 2025 was stretching for me. It was what? Because it stretched me beyond my imagination. Things that I did not believe I could achieve, I was able to achieve them in 2025. So for me, 2025 was a stretching year for me. What was it for you? And then, how would you describe your 2025 in one sentence? For me, I would say that my 2025 was a year that demanded growth. Somebody said epileptic. Oh, wow. Why did you say so? You could share more on the platform. 2025 for me was a year that demanded what? Growth. For me, it demanded resilience, structure, maturity. Even as I transitioned from passion-led work to purpose-driven systems. And then what were your major expectations? That is, what was your goal for 2025? For me, I had very few goals. One on the top list of my goal was to build my company beyond survival into stability. We were able to create structures and systems for my company, CBB Consultant. That was one of my goals for 2025. So you could respond to your worksheet. What were your major expectations? What was that goal? What was that thing that you expected? Another of my goal or my expectation was to build stronger systems for my work, my income, and my community. Because when you build systems, it helps you to what? Avoid burnout. Whether you are there or not, the work is ongoing. It is on automation. Everybody knows what to do. Various departments, everybody in your organization, everybody in your business knows what to do, whether you are there or not. And then I also said to become more disciplined, more focused, and then more intentional. And yes, I was able to achieve all of that. Now, what was your major goal? Okay, so we said let's audit it. Under the auditing part, and I said to grow CBB Consultant, I partially achieved it. I did not achieve 100%, but I partially achieved. So my systems are still evolving. That's why I say you must be honest with yourself. Don't try to say that you are 100%. Because why? We're all work in progress. We're all trying to grow. And then when you go over to the next one, what helped you to achieve the goals that you completed? What was that thing that helped you to achieve the goal that you completed? For me, I would say discipline. Discipline helped me to achieve my completed goals. What else helped me? Mentorship. I had people around me that supported me, mentors, people that I look up to. And then community support. I had a thriving community. And then willingness to learn and adapt. These were some of the things that helped me to achieve my completed goals for 2025. And faith, of course, I have faith. I had faith in God. I had faith in his word. He helped me to what? Achieve my goals in 2025. So what about you? You can respond to that worksheet by writing out what has helped you to achieve your completed goals for the ones that you were able to complete. And even the ones that you partially achieved. And then what stopped you from achieving some of your goals? What was that thing that stopped you from achieving some of your goals? It could be doing too much. You're trying to take on so much thing. That is why for 2026, you don't need to set plenty goals. Just one, just two, just three is enough. And then for me, one of the things that stopped me from achieving some of my goals was lack of delegation. I was trying to do everything on my own. And it was causing me burnout. And then, of course, emotional fatigue. Trying to serve everyone at once. That is why I talked about learn to say no. You must not satisfy everyone. You can't satisfy everyone. Learn to say no. So that you would be able to maintain your energy. So these are some of the things that stopped me from achieving some of my goals. I'm aware of them and I noted them down. Now, what are some of my top wins? Some of my top wins for 2025. I wrote them out. I may not read all of them for you, but I could say building credibility as a consultant and a coach. That is one of my wins. For 2025, I was able to get some very good certification, which cost me so much money, but I had to go for it because I was intentional. So someone tonight will be intentional about their goals, about all that they want to achieve for 2026. So top of my wins, building credibility as a consultant and a coach, hosting impactful strategy and mentoring sessions. This is part of it. This is part of my wins for 2025. What is your own? It's not too late. You can get started. Then helping businesses to recruit and stabilize their team. It is a win for me. In the year 2025, I was able to help so many organizations to recruit good team members. That was a win for me. I added it to my win. Yes, it is. You can also write down your own wins. If you're a business person, you have helped somebody in his life. Maybe maybe you're a fashion designer. You have helped people to look good. That is a win for you. Your wins doesn't have to be certification. It doesn't have to be what my win is. It could just be the simple things of life. Putting smile on people's faces is a win. You were able to start a mentorship community. It's a win. You were able to start a podcast in 2025. It's a win for you, where you talked about challenges, you provide solutions, you help people to overcome negative self-talk or whatever it is. Or on your social media page, you were able to motivate and encourage people to get started in life. That is a win for you. So whatever your win is, you must state it out. Then what is the most surprising win for you? You can write it out. There is always one win on the toppest. My ability to lead, to teach and inspire people, even when I personally felt stressed. This is one of my most surprising wins. Some of you know that I just delivered, like I just had a baby. My baby is just 1 month old. In fact, today I was discussing with my social media handler and our moderator, Itunu. I was telling her, I said, I'm just coming from the hospital. I went to do immunization for my baby, 6 weeks immunization. She took her penta, rotavirus, and the rest of that. And then I told her, I have a baby in the room that is sleeping right now. And I told my little girl that stays with her, like, if she's crying, quickly come and tap me, or Itunu will continue while I quickly go and attend to her. So this is me being stressed. I could have as well said, I just get better. Let me just rest now. What's all this? Is somebody giving me an award for all of these things I'm doing? No, there is no award, but it's opening doors of opportunities for me. So what is my most surprising win? I was able to lead, I was able to teach, and I was able to inspire, even when I personally felt stressed. All through my pregnancy, even to the last date of my delivery, I was still doing the normal things that I do. In fact, most of my colleagues in the industry are telling me, go and rest, madam. Are you not tired? Are you not going to rest? You are still visiting clients. You are still scheduling interviews. You are still doing this. You are still doing that. It is because of passion. The passion I have for the things that I do. So for me, it is a win. Now, what are the personal strengths behind this win? That is another question on our clarity book. If you have not downloaded it, you must download it. So these things has to be done with intentionality. After we are done tonight, you must go and respond to your own. I'm giving you mine as an example and as a guide so that you can also respond to your own. What are the personal strengths behind all of these wins? For me, I would say it was resilience. Somebody talked about resilience on the platform. Yes, it was resilience. And then it was emotional intelligence also. Remember, I took a course this year on emotional intelligence. That course is not a cheap one. In fact, I paid for that course 2 times. I had to beg the coach, say, sir, I want to take this course. I don't have the whole money, but allow me to pay in installments. Before the end of the training, I will complete the payments. And I did it. And I was happy. And I'm proud of myself. Another strength behind these wins is vision. I had a vision of where I'm going. And then I will also talk about integrity. The next question, challenges and setback. What was my biggest challenge? Did I have challenge or not? Yes, I did. I'm not going to come here and paint pictures that were not real to you. What was my challenge? One of my challenges, I would say, was burnout. Of course, trying to take on a whole lot. Remember, I said I was pregnant. I just delivered in November. So I was doing everything I was doing, even while I was pregnant. In fact, there was a project I handled, a hotel, somewhere at Aggreh. If you're in Benin City, you know where Aggreh is. Aggreh is very far, Aggreh community. That project drained me. It drained a lot from me. In fact, at the time, I had to back out of the project. And I told my partner to continue because I was really tired. I had to go there. We had to do trainings. We had to do interview. We had to do a lot of things because the client I was working for was a client that expected so much from me, and I had to deliver because I've been paid for the project. So one of my biggest challenge was burnout. And then I can also say overcommitment, trying to take on a lot, right? Not saying no. And of course, managing multiple roles at once. That was one of my biggest challenges. I was managing multiple roles at once. I had several organizations I'm consulting for. Some of them I'm on retainership. Some of them I have to be there 2 times every week. Other ones I have to be there once every week. I was just, managing multiple roles at once. But have I been able to know what to do, not to get burned out? Yes, I already know what to do. I had to delegate. I had to begin to train my staff so that when I'm not there, she's able to take on some of these responsibilities for me. Now, what were some of the challenges that affected my growth the most? Remember that we are responding to the workbook, and I'm responding to them based on my own experiences for 2025. So I expect you to respond to your own uniquely. What were the challenges that affected my growth the most? I could say I was trying to build impact without enough structure and boundaries. When you're trying to build impact without structure and boundaries, it drains you. When I mean structure, initially, I was doing all of these things alone. But eventually, what did I do? I had to get a staff. I had to employ someone. If I 1, 2, 3 staffs, people say, guys, this is what you should do. This is what you should do. This is what you should do. I shouldn't be the one doing everything. In fact, these days, I don't respond to candidates anymore. My staff responds to them. If we post jobs on our platforms or on our communities, When they chat me, I just direct them. I say, please chat the community admin. Why? Because I need to concentrate on bigger things. I shouldn't be the one scheduling CVs and scheduling people for interview. No, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to be discussing what? How to scale the business, how to get more business opportunities. That is now my focus. So what did I learn from this? I was able to structure my business. So you too, you need to learn to structure your business and then create boundaries. You shouldn't be accessible to everybody. You will get drained. Even if it is just you alone in that business. Some of you will say, but it's just a one-man business. I don't have staffs yet. My business have not grown to the level of getting staffs. You can still set structure so that by the time you get staffs, your staffs now begin to know what to do. What are the habits or decisions that contributed to the challenges that affected my growth? I could say I was saying yes too quickly. And then I was carrying several responsibilities alone, like I said, trying to do everything alone. Now, what was the lessons learned? In 2025, some of my top lessons were, number one, I was able to structure, protect vision. One of my top lessons is that structure protects my vision. If I don't have structure, my vision will not be protected. And then consistency beats what? Intensity. Because I need to be consistent with what I am doing. Rest is also what? Very productive. You must learn to rest. Don't work from January to December. And then there is no time for rest at all. You will get what? Drained. And then growth demands boundaries. So these are some of the lessons that I learned. Growth demands boundaries. You must set boundaries. You cannot be everything to everyone. It's not possible. You are not Father Christmas trying to satisfy, even in that your business. That is why you must have a closing time. You mustn't walk around the whole circle. Say, no, I'm chasing after money, or one of my goals is to build my company. So you want to die with the company. What did I stop doing, or what will I stop doing in 2026? Now, after knowing all of these things for 2025, the things that worked for me, the things that did not work, and what made what not to work. What will I stop doing in 2025? Number one, top of my list here, I said I am going to stop overworking without rest. I can actually be a Jackie. You know what a Jackie is? Sometimes my husband tells me, close that laptop and go and rest. You work too much. And in fact, currently now, because I sleep very little because of my baby, because, on intervals, you must wake up, you must feed a baby, you must nurse them, you must take care of them. So most time when I wake up and she's still up, okay, what do? I can't just sit and be, I just speak on something and I'm doing something. So at the end of the day, my husband will tell me, you're not resting, this woman. Please try and rest. So for 2026, I'm going to be prioritizing rest. And then what will I stop doing again? I'm going to stop building without structure. When you build without structure, it drains. You must put structure in place. Let your business or let whatever you are doing be automated. That even when you are there or you are not there, that thing is still going on. And then trying to carry everything alone. Now I am learning to delegate. Somebody sent all of you individual messages on your platform. Someone helped me to schedule my meetings. Someone now posts on my social media. Some of you see my posts. I'm not the one, though. Sometimes I'm even sleeping and resting. So I begin to intentionally learn to delegate. And as much as I am now delegating, I'm now seeing effectiveness in most of the things that I am doing. So one of the things that you must learn to do in 2026 is to learn to delegate. Don't try to carry everything on your own. If there are things that people can help you do, allow them. Sometimes you want to say, this person cannot do it the way I want it. Then teach the person how to do it. What will I now start doing? For 2026, what will I start doing? I must start delegating intentionally. I must begin to review my progress monthly, and I must begin to prioritize personal well-being. Okay, that takes us to habits that helped growth. Some of the habits that helped my growth, you can see my worksheet. I had to print it out because I'm very intentional about what I'm doing. The habits that helped me to grow in 2025, I was able to note them, was reading and learning, strategic thinking, community engagement, and then reflection. Reading and learning. Yes, I have a book club, the CBB book club. Some of you are on that book club. But all through 2025, we didn't do so much on the book club. Because why? Like I said, I was taking on a whole lot. I was pregnant. I was trying to do a lot of things at the same time. So, reading and learning was one of the habits that helped me to grow in 2025. So I encourage you, personal development, joining a reading community will help you. For 2026, yes, we're going to be reactivating CBB Book Club. I may not even be the one doing it. I will just, assign people to help us, come about with our reading schedule for every month. It's just a matter of delegating. That is all I need. I don't need to be the one doing it. I just delegate and it's on autopilot. What was the habit that limited my progress? Of course, I said it before, overworking, procrastinating, and then perfectionism. Or rather, perfectionism. Some of us, before we post something on social media, we want to look at it 1 million times if it's perfect. And eventually, if it's not perfect, you just say, let me just leave it first. I will come back to it. Eventually, you never come back to it again. Some of you started a very good habit. Or some of you started a fantastic idea, but because you felt it was not perfect enough, you dropped it. And you told yourself that you will go back to it. But this is December 2025 already. You never went back to that thing. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to make it so beautiful, so nice. Just the way you have done it. Put it out there and let people say whatever they want to say. But eventually you'll be surprised that even that thing that you are thinking that is not perfect, that is the same thing that people will love the most. What are my new habits for 2026? What are the new habits I said I'm going to be doing? What will you start doing in 2026? That's the question. What will you start doing in 2026? New habits. Weekly reviews. I'm going to be reviewing my growth weekly. Monthly plannings, daily focus work blocks, and then intentional rest. All of these things should be what you're going to start doing. And then what are the systems and structure that helped me? Systems and structure review. Time for me, time management. If I'm going to rate my time management, I'm going to put a 6 on it. I am improving, but I am inconsistent. But I am improving. Yeah. So it's a 6/10. Then another area of the systems that I set in place was planning and organization. These are systems, things that you set in place to help you achieve your goal. Time management is one of that system. Some of us get carried away on social media. Trust me. There is an app I don't like to go. If I go there, that's where I spend all my time. And that is TikTok. By the time I mistakenly open TikTok, you will see me scrolling for the next 1 hour, 30 minutes. But what did I do? I began to intentionally manage my time. That even if I go into TikTok, maybe I just want to create a video with TikTok. Immediately I'm done. I'm running. I don't stay there. Because it can be very time consuming. So you must check in with yourself also. What are those platforms that you spend time, good time, relevant time on? Is it Facebook? You're on Facebook, things are popping up. You just want to drop a post and go. But no, that is when you got to see your friend that got married. That is when you get to see another one that is celebrating birthday. And as you are scrolling, your time is what? Being spent on doing nothing. The one that I hate the most are those comedy skits. You begin to watch them for hours. All through the day, you are watching comedy skits. You are wasting your time. And then another system that worked for me in 2025 was planning and organization. I scored myself a 7 on planning and what? Organization. So, and then what is the note? I said, I need stronger execution. Because the truth is that if you plan and you don't execute, you are as good as what? Failing. Another area or another system that worked for me was consistency, accountability, skill development, discipline, focus, financial management, health, and what? Wellness. In financial management for 2025 for me, I scored myself a 6. And that was because better but needs automation. I said it is better, but I need what? Automation. So for my financial management in 2026, I started a community, a saving community. Some of you maybe might be on my saving community. I don't know. We just started it. And we are commencing in January. So what did I do? I just started a community for consistent savers, people that are going to be consistent and accountable. Because I discovered that saving alone by myself, I am not always accountable or consistent. So why? We started a community that will help us to remain consistent and also to grow financially. So after this session, some of you might want to join. Of course, you can reach out to me to know how to join that community of consistent savers. You must look at your money for 2026. Don't say, I'm receiving good salary now. Why do I need to save? You need savings and investment. And the beauty of what we are doing, we're not just saving, we're also what? Investing. So these are areas that I had to what? Look into in 2026. Then what are the systems that I need to rebuild in 2026? What systems do you need to improve or rebuild? I'm responding to that. Weekly planning, I'm going to be looking at weekly planning system. I'm going to be looking at delegation and support structure. Very key for me. I can't be everywhere. In fact, for 2026, I don't even want to post anything on my social media because I want to have time for other more productive things. I already have a social media person who is going to be posting across platform. All the things you see on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, in fact, I have someone that has automated a system to help me grow on those channels. Posting in my voice, in my tone, and just the way I want it to be. Why I focus more on what is more important for me for 2026. Delegation, okay. Financial tracking system. Oh, yes, very key for me. Rest and recovery routine. So for 2026, I'm going to be intentional with my rest and recovery. Then what are the repeating patterns? Patterns, we're going to be looking at pattern identification. There are some patterns that repeated itself in 2025. So you must look at it also. Some things I started strong, but I slowed down during the mid-year. What was it? My book club. We started strong in January on the book club platform, but eventually things slowed down because life happened. I got pregnant. I started doing a lot of things, and then I couldn't continue with the community. And I was not delegating. So I started strong, but I slowed down. Then I was overgiving, trying to satisfy and please people. Oh, will you be able to speak on this conference? Oh, yes, I will. Is your calendar open for so? Oh, yes, I am. I was overgiving, carrying too much responsibility. But for 2026, there are things that I'm going to be saying no to. I'm only going to say yes to things that are beneficiary to me in that moment. What are the patterns that supported my growth for 2025? I was learning continuously. Like I said, I had a couple of programs that I took upon. I took upon emotional intelligence training. I took upon life coaching. In 2025, I got certified as a life coach. That is why I'm calling people. If you need a one-on-one coaching session, please reach out to me, because I want to be able to ascertain my coaching hours. Until I get my coaching hour, I will not be properly certified. So right now, I'm still, I'm looking out for people who want to be coached one-on-one. You have areas of your life that you're not getting it right. Please feel free. My calendar will be open for that coaching system. So in 2025, I was intentional with a lot of things with myself. I took upon some paid programs. I took upon some free programs, a lot of it. I took upon some speaking engagement that opened my mind the more. I got certified in some communities, right? Like was certified management personnel. I got certified in that area. And then for my CIPM, I'm still on it. So these are areas that I was able to learn continuously, and I grew. And then I was showing up for people. Faith-driven resilience, yes. All of these things are patterns that supported my growth. For 2026, I will intensify in them. Then we talk about vision mapping. Vision mapping is also on that worksheet. I said, describe your ideal December 2026 in detail. You must see ahead of you. What is that vision? What is that thing that you want to see in 2026? And I described my own. I said, I am running a structured, profitable consulting and coaching practice. My communities are thriving with clear leadership systems. I am rested, confident, financially stable, and I am operating from alignment and not survival. So this is my ideal 2026. So by 2026, all of these things should have come into one manifestation. The best version of me for 2026. I said, what does the best version of you look like in 2026? The best version of me should look focused, no distractions, disciplined, emotionally grounded, strategic, impactful, and fulfilled. So this is my best version of me for 2026. Now let's talk about the wheel of life. The wheel of life. Let me go to that slide so that we can look at it together. Now, the wheel of life is an exercise to help bring balance to your life. A lot of people have heard about the wheel of life, but you don't understand what it means. It's an assessment tool. The wheel of life is just an assessment tool that gives a clear snapshot of how balanced your life truly is. It visually represents key areas of your life. That is what the wheel of life is. It visually represents key areas of your life as a section of a wheel. If you're seeing this thing on the platform right now, you're going to see a wheel. It represents key areas of your life. When all areas of your life are balanced, the wheel is round and smooth. But in reality, really, are all the areas of our life really balanced? Are we perfect and 100% in every area? When some areas are neglected, the wheel becomes uneven. You are making progress uncomfortable and unstable. What are those areas of your life? Look at it. In your life, there is an area that is called your spiritual life. That is your spirituality. And then you look at your relationship. Then you look at your family life, your finance, your relaxation, very key, personal growth and development, your career, and then your health. These are about 7 areas of your life. This is the wheel of your life. How do you use this wheel? You must rate yourself honestly on this wheel. Don't use it because they say we should use the wheel of life. Honesty is required. For each life, ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied am I right now? In my spiritual life, how satisfied am I? In my health, how satisfied am I? Your physical health, remember that your health consists of your physical, your emotional, diet, sleep, relaxation, exercise, all of those things. Can you rate yourself a 10 or you are on a 2 or a 3? Number 1 is extremely poor. If you rate yourself 1, that means you need urgent help. And then if you rate yourself 10, that is you're excellent or you are fully satisfied in that area of your life. You could actually be a 10 in your health. That is if you are fully satisfied, that your physical health is top-notch, your emotional health is top-notch, your diet, your sleep, your relaxation, your exercise is top-notch. And then you must connect the dots. When you scale yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, you mark the score outward from the center of the wheel, like this first one. You mark yourself. You can see the number 1, 2, 3 to 10. You do what? After rating all areas, you must connect the dots. You must sharp dents. Neglected areas should be the sharp dents. Those areas, let's say in your health, you are rating 3. That is actually what? 4. Or you are rating 2 or even 1. It means that there is urgency in that area. You must also observe the patterns. Which areas are the strongest? Which areas drains your energy? Which areas are neglected and slightly affecting others? Example, if you say your health is poor, let's say 1 is poor, of course, for your health. Your health eventually affects your Your career, because they say health is wealth. So if you're not healthy, you cannot go and do an MBA, or you go and do a BSc, or you go and do or you go and take courses. But someone that is not healthy cannot take courses at all. Someone that is not healthy cannot start a business. So that is why poor health eventually affects every other area of your life. Weak finances affects your emotional health. When your finances are weak, your emotional health is affected, because you may become depressed. You don't have a job, you don't have a business, you don't have money, nothing is working for you. Your emotional health is affected because your finances are poor. If you don't have purpose, it leads to burnout. Some of you are just living, no purpose, no vision, no goal, nothing. It eventually leads to burnout. Now you must decide where to focus on. The goal is not for perfection, but intentional balance. There must be a balance. So you must choose between 1 to 3, which are the lowest areas of your life on this wheel of life. And that must be your focus point for 2026. If you want to work on this wheel of life, you can download it. It's online, it's everywhere. You can even ask ChatGPT to generate a wheel of life for you, and then tell it these specific areas of your life that you want to work on. You can download it, print it out, and then honestly fill the numbers where you belong. Those areas that looks low, maybe those areas that you were able to identify, okay, in my health, I will say 1, or even in family, I will say 1 or 2 or 3. That is the lowest areas. Those are areas that you should focus on for 2026. Then you must set goals that restore balance in these areas, not just ambition. So you must tell yourself the truth. In my own will of life, I have filled my own here. So I urge you to also do the same for yourself. If your life were to be a vehicle, this wheel will determine how far and how smoothly you will go in life. Speed without balance leads to what? Breakdown. If you are on a speed and there is no balance, what will it lead to? It will lead to what? Breakdown. So your focus should be to create a balance in all of these aspects of your life. Your spirituality, your relationship, your family, your finance, your relaxation, personal growth, your career, your health. There must be a what? A balance. Success is not in doing well in one area. Remember, I'm bleeding in everywhere else. No, that is not success. For the fact that in your career you are 100%, or in your personal growth, you are taking all the courses in the year 2025. You have gotten all the certification, but your spiritual life is weak. Your relationship with people is poor. People's management is poor. Your family relationship is poor. Your finance is poor. You have not what? Done well. Real growth is balance, structure, and what? Alignment. Real growth is balance, it is structure, and it is what? Alignment. So you must bring about balance in every area of your life. Then, what are the key life audits? Okay, we've talked about the wheel of life. For me, these are my own rating for me. Career, business, I rated myself 7. Finance and income, I said 6. Skills and knowledge, 8, and the rest of them. And then I said improvement needed. I must scale with systems, stability and growth, advanced strategy, and all of that. Okay? So you can also score yourself on your wheel of life, different areas of your life, score yourself genuinely, and then know the areas that you need what? Balance. Now we talk about the vision board quickly. We are going to run fast now. The vision board. What is a vision board? We've talked about the wheel of life. We're going to be talking about the vision board. Is the visual representation of the future you are intentionally designing. We're designing a future for 2026. It brings your goals, your desire, your values, and direction into one visible space, using words, images, symbols, and affirmation. A vision board is not about fantasy. It's not about because people are doing it. That is why you want to create your own vision board. No. Vision board is about what? Clarity. Clarity. When your vision is clear, your decisions become easier. When your direction is visible, your action become intentional. So for me, this is my vision board. For 2026, I'm not going to be stuck here. I will be adding more things to it as it comes. But for now, this is my vision board. You can see it boldly. Vision board, 2026 vision board blessing. Structure over chaos, clarity over confusion. So one of something I have here, successful coaching and consulting, I have a picture for it. It works on your mind. It works with your mental mind, mental clarity. When you begin to see the picture, you begin to, you get motivated to go and get what? Started, or to keep doing whatever you are doing. I talk about health and wellness is there. I want to remind myself that I must be healthy for 2026. Then learning, picture of learning is there. Focus, deeper connection, purpose and impact. So this is what? A glimpse of my vision board. Like I said, the vision board is not for decoration. It is a decision tool. It is the physical representation of what? Clarity. All you can do, just get a cardboard paper. You can even print it out. You can go to a cafe and print the pictures of what you want to see for yourself for 2025. You want to get married, put the picture there. If you want to travel abroad, put the picture of yourself in a flight or whatever represents that mental picture. Put it there. You want to study more for 2026, put the picture there. It is a decision tool. It helps you to see your future even before you arrive there. So therefore, this session is not about fantasy. It's not about people are doing it. It's about what? Alignment. You create a vision board for focus. You create it what? To focus. It helps you to focus. When you wake up, you are seeing that image of what you want to be. You are focused. You are not distracted. So that is one thing that a vision board helps you to do. As you create your vision board, ask yourself, does this reflect the person that I am becoming in 2026? Does this align with the goals I wrote down? Does this represent growth? Does this require discipline, systems, and consistency? These are the questions that you must respond to. So your vision board must connect to your career, business, your financial goals, your health and lifestyle, your relationship, all of those things that were in your wheel of life. Your vision board must connect to them. Now, question number 11, section 11 on the Clarity Workbook. What are the top 5 outcomes for 2026? For me, one of my top goals for 2026, I shared it before, is to build a scalable consulting and coaching system to achieve consistent monthly income, yes, strengthen leadership capacity, and to expand impact through structured programs. Now, why does this matter? Because they align my purpose with sustainability, impact, and long-term growth. What is the quarterly strategic plan? I must be able to build a scalable consulting system if I want to achieve this goal. What do I do in quarter 1? I should be able to clarify my offerings and my structure. This is me responding to my own worksheet. So your own must not be like my own. I'm just giving you an example of how you should respond to them. So quarterly strategic plan, you must have quarterly plan. Quarter 1, January, February, March, April, May, June. Break your months, your 2026 into one quarter, and then build planning or create a strategic plan for each quarter. Then, what is my top focus? Systems, revenue, community impact, and the rest of that. What is the skill that I need to master for 2026? I've written it out already. Strategic leadership skill, business system skill, advanced coaching, and the rest of them. That is for me. So you must be able to know what are the skills, what are the resources, what is the support system that you need for your goal to thrive in 2026. You must write it down. What are the resources that you need? You cannot achieve your goal without having structural resources, people on ground, automation tools, support staffs, and then mentors. Mentorship is very key for your growth in 2026. What are the support network? I said coaches. You need coaches. You need accountability partners. You need professional what? Community. You need to belong to community. If you're an accountant, there are professional communities for accountants. If you're an HR personnel, there are communities for HR personnel. If you are into social media, there are communities for social media managers. Look for those communities and belong to them. They will help you to grow in 2026. Weekly review, you must learn to plan, execute, review, and reset. For your monthly review, you must look at what has worked for you, what did not work, and what needs to be what? Adjusted. Remember that you don't need to remain static. There is room for what? Adjustment as you grow. As you grow, there is room for adjustment. Who are the accountability partners that you need? You need coaches. You need trusted peers. That's why I said my calendar is open to coaching and mentorship support for people that need to grow in 2026 and beyond. Then, non-negotiables. What are your non-negotiables for 2026? For me, one of my non-negotiables is rest. Rest is something that I am not ready to negotiate at all. For 2026, I am going to prioritize my rest. And then integrity. My integrity is key. I'm not going to be a two-faced person because I want to get a business deal. No, I won't do that. So you must look at your non-negotiables. Then structure. Structure is non-negotiable for you for 2026, especially for your business. You must set what? Structure for your business, for your life, for your career, for whatever you want to do. There must be what? Structure. And then focus is a non-negotiable for me for 2026. That could be a non-negotiable also for you, because you need focus to achieve anything that you want to what? Achieve. Then, okay, so but still on the non-negotiables, I'm trying to screw there. Okay, so these are the non-negotiables for you, the things that you cannot do without in 2026. So personal commitment and declaration. For my personal commitment, I said I commit to structure over chaos, clarity over confusion, and consistency over intensity. So you too, you need to create your own what? Commitment statement. I said, I will lead my life and work with intention. 2026 will not happen to me. I will happen to what? 2026. So you must be intentional. Personal commitment. On the personal commitment part, you write it out. For accountability, peering, and mentorship support, you can join the mentorship. I have a mentorship community. So for those of you that want to have continued mentorship, accountability support for 2026, we are open for you to join. If you are there, you can drop the link to the mentorship platform for people to join. Or you can always reach out to me. That's my phone number. And of course, most of you are on my platforms already, on my community already. Just reach out to me. And of course, I will be ready to support you along the way. Therefore, one-on-one coaching sessions, life coaching, you have areas of your life, career, business, whatever it is, feel free to reach out to me. Then for your financial accountability, like I said, we have a community for committed savers. If you want to join the community, also feel free to reach out to me or to my community admin. Then for personal development and growth, we have communities for all of these things. You can join any one of them. Trust me, 2026 can only work for you if you set clarity, intentionality, focus on all that you want to achieve. So, thank you so much for your time, for your audience. It has been an amazing over 2 hours time here, breaking down, review, refocus, and review 2026. Please, if you have questions, feel free to drop your questions now on the chat box, as I will be taking your questions. You have questions, you want to ask a question, you have something that has been bothering you in the course of the teaching, please drop your question on the chat box. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Like I said, it has been a few hours of learning and of intentional growth here with me. Let me see if I have any question on the platform. Do we have questions? You have questions, area that you want clarification. We have the workbook, like I said. Please, there's going to be a continuous support from me. So feel free to fill the workbook, and then we can look at your workbook together. I can look at it together with you. So I'm going to be looking at, okay, are we paying for the coaching? No, the coaching session from me is going to be free. It's going to be free, though coaching sessions are not free, but I'm going to be opening my calendar for free coaching sessions with you. Yes, that is the much I can give back to this amazing community. So if you are not part of the of any of my community, please reach out to me and we'll be adding you to the mentorship, coaching and mentorship community, whereby we're going to be helping ourselves to remain accountable with our goals. All the things that we have said we want to achieve in 2026, we're going to help you to stay accountable. You are helping me, and I'm also helping you to stay accountable based on the structures that you have been able to set in place tonight. So feel free, please, to drop questions anytime. It could be now, it could be later. Reach out to me on my DM, whatever you want. My calendar is open to support you along the way. Please don't forget to drop your takeaway. We want to see, we're going to be opening the community. I don't know if the community is locked, but we're going to be opening it up so that we can take responses from this session. What was your key takeaway from this session? Feel free to drop it on the platform. Say thank you for the coaching session. I was actually worried I wouldn't be able to afford it. Okay, so that's fine. The coaching sessions are going to be free. It's going to be free, like I said. A little more about someone is asking, financial accountability. Is it like, no, it's not Osusu, it's not Aggreh, it's not cooperative. It's a savings and investment community whereby we come together, we save monthly, and then we invest this money on a low risk investment. If you want to join that community, you can reach out to me, and of course, I will give you further information about that. So it's not Osusu, it's at the end of 12 months before you have access to your money. So it helps you to stay consistent. It helps you to stay consistent and committed to your saving goals. Remember that in your goals, you must have something about finances because it's in your will of life. You must have it about finances. What are the things you want to do concerning your finances? You must be intentional about your goal to join this saving community and to help you boost your finances for 2026. So thank you, everyone. I'm waiting for more questions. Wow, thank you so much for this insightful. Thank you so much, Imo Lucky. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Thank you, Adeze. Thank you, Moses Jandy. Moses Jandy said, thank you so much for this session. It was enlightening. And I would like to join the community. Okay, that's beautiful. We're going to be adding you to the community. Don't forget to drop your takeaway from this session. This is going to mean a lot to me and a lot to the team that has putting this together. Send it to me personally, drop it on the platform, share it here with us. Wherever you drop it, we are going to receive it. So thank you, everyone. In the absence of no further questions, thank you. Okay, I would like to join the community. Beautiful. Please reach out to me. IT, please, if you can drop the link to the community so that people can join. Let me see if I can copy the link. So, but if not, just reach out to me on WhatsApp. My number is there on the flyers. My number is also there on the platform. If you want to, just reach out to me. Reach out to me personally, and I will send you the links to join this community. Some of you are already on the community. Some of you that are not there will add you up to it. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. I'm still here for a few minutes. Thank you so much. Go into 2026 with so much precision and strategy structure to help you grow in your 2026. You can unmute and talk. You can unmute and say goodbye. Unmute. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ma, for that session. It was quite eye-opening, and yes, I would take you up on the coaching offer, and also would like to review my workbook with you. Thank you so much, Ma, and God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate um your gesture is quite something that no, it's not everyone that would actually take up on this, especially for free. Thank you so much. I really
Thank you,
appreciate.
Charity. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you also.
Thank
This is
you. Thank you.
it's is the proof of the fact that you speak with so much passion. You're talking about like you have passion for the job, like the proof basically is seen in the way you speak, and I really really appreciate that. More bridge to your elbow, and the Lord strengthens you for us. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Clifford. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Okay, good evening, Ma. I'm Miss
Good
Maria. I just
evening.
thank you for this section. Thank you for always impacting humanity and humanity first at all times. I appreciate the privilege of participating in your section, and I look forward to making impact out of it. Thank you very much, Ma.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Oli Otania. I'm glad that you got so much value. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ma.
Feel free to unmute, ask questions, drop appreciations. We are just going to be sticking around for a few minutes and then I will log out. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Good evening.
evening.
It's actually a great pleasure to be here this evening. So I was on and off, but I've really getting a lot of knowledge. And I want to say a big thank you to you for your time, knowing fully well the season you are right now. Motherhood, having such a little baby, and yet you're able to bring out this time. I sincerely appreciate it. I want to say a big thank you. I'll be reaching out to you privately for some other things that I need to discuss with you as you said. Thank you so much and God bless.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ogochukwu. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay, sorry, a quick one. Like this,
Okay.
like the groups that you spoke about, belonging to the review, refocus, and rebuild group. Like they
Mhm.
were all like listed out: CBB Capital Academy, coaching and mentoring session. Yes, and then BA Foundations, waiting list, and all that. So like the ones that you spoke about, maybe if you can highlight the name, I think we just join from there, and maybe admin approval or something. So if you just highlight the names of the ones we need to join, so we can just click